guys, welcome to Talk to Me Tuesday for Tuesday, July 5th, 2016. This is Jennifer. So as you can see, I am sitting in my sewing room today, so I'm still off my feet, but I'm not in bed, so that is definitely an improvement. I'm still resting a lot, still sitting a lot with my foot up and whatnot, and that's going to continue for at least a few more weeks. So that's made for interesting times because, as you guys know, I like to do all the things, and I say all the things in like all caps. I like to do all the things. So I have been learning to slow down, and I've read a lot, and I've listened to audiobooks, and I've watched a silly amount of Netflix, and you know, it's just slow going, but I will get there. I do have a couple of things to show you. One was a gift that I received that was a belated birthday from Terry, but it actually showed up in perfect time for a nice get well gift instead. So she made me, and she apologized for this, but there's no need to apologize. So Terry made me some yoga socks before she found out that I was going to be having foot surgery, and I will get back to yoga, so I will, and eventually I will use these, probably when it's much colder than it is now. She also sent me this sweet little cloth, and this little guy. Little bitty, he looks like a little kitty or maybe a fox, but he's super cute and he's just tiny, and I love the orange. So those are the things I received from Terry. While I was Netflixing over the last week, I pulled out a blanket I had started crocheting months and months ago, and I ended up pulling the whole thing out. I think this yarn originally might have come from maybe Amber or Susie or one of you guys, maybe Wonder Woman, I'm not sure. But if you recognize it, just definitely let me know that it came from you. This is the yarn I started with, and I had started another blanket and I ripped the whole thing apart, and I just started over and did a giant granny square Afghan. And so this is a good size, probably 42 inch baby blanket that I will donate to the Linus Connection, and it is 3 different colors. It was only going to be 2, but my sweet husband went to Michael's for me to get some more of this teal, and they didn't have it, so I just asked him to get some gray because that blends in with this pretty nicely, so that just added a couple more inches to the overall size. And so it's very simple, just a regular granny square, and then I did a single crochet in the back loop all the way around. One little word on my granny square Afghans: whenever I make granny squares, I have to flip between rows. So like when I do one round, I will turn it over and then do the other round, because if I don't, I get the granny square sway where it starts tilting as you go around. So it kind of makes it reversible because I turn my work as I go. So anyway, I will probably start another something like this in the next day or two with just different colors. The only other thing I want to share with you guys is that July's My Favorite Things block is available now. You can get it in my Craftsy shop, and this is what it looks like. This is a seam gauge, and I have been sewing with a sewing machine since I was like 21 years old, but I've been around sewing things my entire life. My mom made a lot of my clothes when I was growing up and stuff like that, so a seam gauge is one of the first sewing tools I learned how to use, and I still use mine even in quilting, so it's definitely one of my favorite little tools. And I've always, I know this is probably super silly, but I've always loved the little slidey red part for measuring. I just think it's so freaking clever, so this is definitely one of my favorite tools. So you can get that in my Craftsy shop. It is $2 now, so it's craftsy.com / I got soft mouthed all of a sudden, / Sewhooked. The only other thing I want to mention today is that Michelle's Disney Princess Quilt Along started yesterday on Fandom and Stitches. Her posts will be on Monday because Monday is Michelle's day, and that will go for 3 months. The way she's got it set up is there will be 2 blocks and then a bonus block, so you only make 2 per week. And if you wanted to switch out as you go, you could do that, but you need 2 per week in order to fit in her final layout, which I'm going to tell you right now I've seen and it's amazing. So you guys make sure you're participating if you love Disney princesses. And I think that is it. I'm going to go put my foot up, and I will see you guys later. Bye.